Greetings, welcome back to Black Bear News, where everything is connected. Sorry for the lateness, guys. Just had a lot going on this morning, and now I have to give myself a little extra time to set up Rockfin because it involves some extra steps, and I have to do these extra steps every single time I do it. I can't just, for some reason, whatever it's. For some reason, it just won't let me save the settings, so I have to redo the settings every time I do the Rockfin. And are we live on Rockfin? Hold on. We are live on Rockfin, I think. We're live on Rockfin, although I'm getting an error code. Oh, darn it. Dang it all to crap. Hold on. Okay. Should be live on Rockfin now. Hold on. Again, this is just a lot of extra steps, but worth the time, guys. So you can find me on Rockfin. I am live on Rockfin as well. Rockfin is a bit of a backup channel, and which is good to have because YouTube is so weird. We have 49 watching, 18 likes. Please like up the video, and if you're new, you know what to do. No haircut, boiled rope, lamppost, took a shower. Took a shower. Do it live. Yeah. You know, there may be, so I kind of don't necessarily always want to do preambles before my videos, but just quickly, for the time being, I'm going to continue doing one climate change video and a political video. I know people are somewhat freaked out by my political videos, probably because I've been talking about politics on the live stream, then putting my live streams private and then uploading a segment about climate change. That's what I've been doing every day. So the only people that get the political content would be people that watched the live streams, right? So maybe there are people watching political content on my channel for the first time if they're not watching the live streams. Just a word to the wise, and I'm saying this specifically on this stream. If you are watching my climate change videos and you just want to watch my climate change videos, lovely, beautiful, wonderful. If you go over to my political videos and you're all, you know, upset, you know, by what I'm talking about, just relax, hang back, and listen before you comment. Also, listen really carefully to the words that I say, because people have been leaving comments as if they weren't even listening to the videos and leaving snarky, snidey remarks about, you know, whatever it is I'm talking about politically. It's fine. If you don't want to agree with me politically, that's fine. Here's the thing, though. Having a flawed view of the political landscape or a flawed view of what's going on with the reality of the planet politically, right? The oligarchs, the rulers, the military-industrial complex, the deep state, whatever you want to call it, all of that. If you don't understand what's going on with that, and you don't want to understand, or you don't want to believe it, or you don't want to accept it, or you don't want to get deep into, then don't watch my political videos. Don't do it. Because if you say something stupid on my, I don't have time for people who have childish views on the planet. I don't have time for people who don't understand what's going on politically. Right? And want to spout bullshit. and want to support liars, right? And support lies and liars. I don't have time for lies. This channel is about truth. This channel is about the truth about climate change, right? So I don't have time for people who are spouting lies about climate change. That's why we're all here. We're all here because we're talking about the reality of climate change. Right? Is that right? Have I got that correct? Right. So we don't entertain denialist views on this channel. We don't entertain people who have childish views around climate, who have, oh, climate change, yeah, it's going to be really bad in about 80 years, right? So this channel will pretty much blow your mind if that's where you're at on climate change. Right? And so if you want to argue with people and no, it's not happening, this is not happening, and it's not going this way, and this is not how it's going to go, that's fine. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. However, we don't entertain that bullshit on this channel, okay? We don't entertain denialism or soft denialism on this channel. So as well as with my political views, I'm not going to entertain childish Pollyanna bullshit views on politics on my channel, all right? So if you want to spout stupid shit, I'm going to treat you like a moron. And I'm going to call you a moron. And if I hurt your feelings, I don't give a fuck, okay? Understand that. I'm going to hurt your feelings. If you say stupid shit on my channel, I'm going to hurt your feelings. I try to be a nice person, but people come in with the snide fucking remarks around my political views. It's fine. If you don't understand it, it's fine. If you want political views that align with yours, go somewhere else. Go to the Minority Report. Go listen to Sam Cedar. Go listen to Young Turks. Go listen to CNN. Go listen to MSNBC. If that's what you want to do, if you want to listen to things that, yes, totally. Oh, yes, that's how I feel. Go do that. You are free. Free. But don't come on my channel and spout bullshit. I'm going to tell you you're a moron. I'm going to treat you like a moron. Hear your feelings. Here's the truth. The truth, fuck your feelings, right? The truth is fuck your feelings. We don't have time to entertain that. Of course, everybody has feelings. Go to a therapist. That's why we're here. This is why this channel exists, is so people can talk freely about the fact that, the sixth mass extinction is happening, right? So we can talk, we can commiserate, we can, hey, yes, this is happening, whatever. But if you need extra help, go find a healer, go do some massage, go do some yoga, go to a therapist, whatever it is. Whatever extra help you need dealing with your feelings, that's fine. But we're talking about the truth here, and we don't have time to coddle, to walk everybody through the fucking understanding of what's going on. Same goes for politics. If you don't understand what's going on, I don't have time to walk you through it. And if you don't want to understand it, you're going to have to leave. So this is just a clear warning to anybody watching my climate change videos. Do not come on my political videos talking bullshit. If you want to watch, that's fine. I suggest you shut up. I suggest that you shut up. If you don't agree, if you're really mad, oh my God, Biden is fine. Oh, Kamala is fine. If you're really mad about that, I suggest that you shut up before you comment. Word to the wise, warning. Let's get into some climate change news. This is from our very own TCR, tweeted this out. North Pole is going to be right around 32 Fahrenheit in November. Can you say that is concerning on any level, or maybe concerning on every level? Because 32 Fahrenheit is freezing, right? And that is highly anomalous. We're talking about a 10, 20, even 30 degree Celsius anomaly, excuse me. I have to bring it back down. And then this follow-up tweet from Thomas Zetbauer. Crazy heat wave in the Arctic is forecast to continue at least until the end of the month. I foresee a blue ocean event in 2021. or foresee, I think was what he was trying to say. Who knows, really, at this point in time, when the dreaded blue ocean event will actually be happening. Moving on. Sorry, I took up a lot of time with that rant, but we're going to move on and get through what we can get through. Less than 400 whales remain in the North Atlantic. New data from the North Atlantic Right Whale Consortium has found that humans are killing the endangered North Atlantic right whale quicker than previously thought. Humans are killing the endangered North Atlantic right whale. Humans. Not, warm waters, not the tides, not the pole shift, not some random other things. Well, warm waters might affect them, but why are the waters warmer? Because of humans. Only 356 whales remain, down from 409 tagged whales from the previous year. Philip Hamilton, a research scientist at the Anderson Cabot Center for Ocean Life at the New England Aquarium in Boston, told CBC, "Gut-wrenching, feeling like the floor is falling out from underneath you. To us, it's a lot more than just a number. These are individuals that we've known for my entire professional life." Hamilton estimates that there are 70 breeding females in the current population, which highlights the need for action and the severity of the situation. That's it. The situation is dire. In the words of Sam Cranon, the situation is dire. And then something about a climate action plan. Let's move on to this from New Scientist. Deep sea mining is making the seabed the hottest real estate on Earth. As the race to extract valuable minerals from the deep ocean ramps up, how can we also protect unique marine ecosystems? So yeah, we're going to have shipping in the Arctic, mining not just on other planets or asteroids, but in the deep sea of the ocean, and of course that's going to be very good for the ecosystem because they're going to do it. It's going to be totally green. It's going to be totally we can hope that maybe it might be non-invasive, but the reality is that doubtful, if not totally preposterous. Hold on one second. This is from November 4th, 2020. I like this little drawing here. All these submarines, cartoon submarines in the ocean. It's like SpongeBob down there. We're just down here doing some mining. It's fine. On August 2nd, 2007, bright light shone on the ocean floor beneath the North Pole for the first time. As a van-sized submarine settled on the seabed, inside pilot Anatoly Sagalovich deployed a mechanical arm to erect a Russian flag. The act stirred up more than yellow-tinged polar sediments. This isn't the 15th century. You can't go around the world and just plant flags and say we're claiming this territory, said Canada's Foreign Minister Peter MacKay. Russia countered that the flag painting was merely to celebrate their achievement, like taking a flag to the moon. The goal of this expedition is not to stake out Russia's rights, but to prove that our continental shelf stretches up to the North Pole. So they're claiming, we're claiming the North Pole. Russia used data from the expedition to support a claim to seabed resources in 1.3 million square kilometers around the pole. This may look like a latter-day land grab, but it is actually a move in line with the international laws built on a vision of the ocean floor being a common heritage. Russia isn't alone in claiming resources on the Arctic seabed, and nations are seeking to extend their rights to ocean resources elsewhere. Meanwhile, commercial enterprises are gearing up to mine deep-sea mineral deposits. We have come to a crucial moment for the future of our blue planet, as international bodies prepare to decide about the legitimacy of different mining ventures and how to protect biodiversity in the waters beyond the natural boundaries. The race is on for deep sea biologists like myself to understand how these decisions will affect ecosystems. Well, yeah. How do you think they're going to affect ecosystems? Let me count the ways. Where is my dang live stream? SpongeBob 2024, indeed, Kuro. Right on. We have 95 watching, 42 likes. Please like up the video, and if you are new, Clay Bomb says nuke 'em. I think what we're going to have to do is explode some nuclear weapons underneath the ocean and loosen up some of the sediments. TCR Galaxy says Jim is talking about models saying 0 sea ice. It's not his opinion. Going back to what you were saying. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that there are some models predicting 0 sea ice. Rick Dwarski says go vegan. You might feel less guilty. Forcing Climate Info says, I don't like winter, but where the F is winter? It's North Sweden. And 20 to 30 C anomalies Arctic. So y'all having a late summer in Sweden or a late fall? Not so much on the winter? Kuro Hikes, it's more an argument of probabilities. It could be 5 years or 25 years. What's the difference in the end? The difference is how much longer we have to have some normalcy, quote unquote. Let's move on. I ran across this. I ran across this documentary. Apparently this is from, I think, the year 2000, and it's called A Cluttered Life, Middle Class Abundance. And it's basically showing how, out of control and horrible our consumption is, this entire documentary. And I'm going to play just a little clip for you. But I urge you to go watch this documentary, and it's kind of just, this is 20 years ago. And so, none of this has really stopped happening. People just buy and buy and buy and buy and collect and collect and collect. And then they have to go through their house and throw everything out, and then go to the store and buy more stuff, and then go back to their house and throw everything out. And you understand the damage in manufacturing and producing and shipping and selling and wrapping all that stuff, and then throwing it all away in the garbage. Anyways, here I'm gonna try and play a little bit of this for you. Hold on. Let's see. I don't know if you.
Invested to get us to purchase things. This book is really meant to get us to think about how we consume objects, to think about the number and types of toys we consume and give to our children.
The United States has 3.1% of the world's children, but consumes 40% of the world's toys.
Of course, children in all societies have something that is similar to toys. But the sheer quantity of toys is really astonishing from the cross-cultural point of view, and how the toys spill out everywhere in the house as well is also staggering.
We found in the study that children's toys and objects were in living rooms. They were in spare bedrooms. They were in their own rooms, of course. They were in kitchens. They were even sometimes in master bedrooms.
There's some blurriness to the idea of a toy because the parents have a lot of sentimental involvement in these toys as parents. And one of the things we soon realized is that the toys themselves were toys for the parents.
Just phenomenal amount of, I mean, yeah, and you know how many people's houses look like this, right? Right now. You know people whose houses look like this, like collectors museums, or how people, oh, I collect blobbity blue blues. Oh, it's so cute. I collect, you know, I collect cow pies. I don't know why that's funny, but just you know, it's out of control what people collect, what they consume, you know, the shopping and the buying and the shopping and the buying and the shopping and the buying and shopping and the buying. Sorry guys. Just I urge you to be aware of it. Please be aware of it. Many people on this channel are already aware of it and already trying to at least curb their shopping addictions or their, you know, insistence on buying. The dude, thank you. Hunter Z says, I play with clothes pegs. It's just wild, right? Yeah, and they talk about in this documentary, they talk about the anxiety that people feel around having all this stuff, right? Rick Dwarsky, plastic substitutes for love. I see it every day in my life. Just people are, it's just, look, I understand on some level it's like a cultural thing. And this has been something that's been like a human impulse, I guess, for a long time. The impulse to, like, you know, never show up without a gift, right? Or always bring a gift, or always, you know, giving things that means that you love someone or you're thinking about them. I get all of that. I understand all of that. But it, you know, at some point, especially if you're aware of the climate crisis, if you're aware of what consumption does to the planet, you've got to become aware and you've got to put an end to it. Yeah, you know, just resist that knee-jerk impulse. If your, you know, wife or husband or loved one is like, oh, I'm thinking about buying a blue bitty blah for someone because, you know, just tell them, like, no, they don't need it. No, they don't need it. The world doesn't need it. The earth doesn't need it. They're not going to know that you love them any less if you don't bring them some bullshit from somewhere. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Scott Andrews, thank you so much for the super chat. We are possessed by our possessions. Seriously, we're in a bad way. We are in a really bad way, and we're going to need immediate action on this. And one of the ways that you can take immediate action is to stop consuming. Pay attention to what you're doing. Even the, you know, the urge to go get takeout every single day, right? That is consumption on some level, right? There's takeout boxes and plastic and, you know, all the stuff involved, right? You know, just start to expand your awareness around this. Last thing I wanted to cover today, guys, are I may have one or two more things I have time to cover in this video. Go Green tweeted this out. This article, world is running out of time on climate. Experts warn. Well, so let's look at this. In wake of COVID, leading figures call for bold green measures to boost economy. Okay. This is actually under a section called green economy, I guess. So already the hackles are up. The eyebrows are raised. Let's see what kind of nonsense they have to say in this article. But, we'll read through it and check off some points if we can. World leaders are running out of time to forge a green recovery from the COVID-19 crisis. With only a year to go before a crunch UN summit that will decide the future of the global climate, leading experts have warned. Progress on a green recovery, which would reduce emissions while repairing the damage from the pandemic, has been hampered by the need for an emergency rescue of stricken economies around the world and the resurgence of the coronavirus in Europe, the US, and some other countries. Well, I'll tell you how to do it. Gosh, if you'd like some advice that would be really valuable and it's totally free from my mouth, consider lockdowns on some level, some curbing of human activity in order to fight climate change, right? Consider extending the gutting of the airline industry and the fossil fuel industry. Just as a start, right? There are many other things that we could do. Consider urging people not to drive their cars anymore, just for a start, or very, very little. Consider urging people to grow their own food and live hyper-regionally. Anyways. Where am I at? Progress on a green recovery, which would reduce emissions while repairing the damage from the pandemic, has been hampered by the need for an emergency rescue. What do they mean, repairing the damage from the pandemic? What is it? You mean economic damage? What about the planet damage? The pandemic has actually encouraged a reduction of the damage we're doing to the planet. How about encouraging that continuing, right? F the economy. The economy be damned. The economy is not the important thing. Having a livable planet is the important thing. The economy can go F itself. Oh, but what will people do? How will they live? The economy is going down. Well, you teach people how to live as they have lived for millennia. Grow your own food. Barter with your neighbors. Live in sustainable communities. Instead of going to your planet-raping job. With the global heating showing, and figure out different ways that people can earn a living, whatever. Begin to untangle the web of the economic system that has everybody in its grasp, right? Let people live in their houses for free. End all evictions. End all mortgages. End all rents. It's all free now. We're just gonna change. We're just gonna change on a dime. Totally doable. Because look, we changed on a dime for COVID. Totally doable. When people say they can't do it, absolute hogwash. Absolute hogwash. If you had every TV station on the planet, shouting out the realities of climate change every single day and what it is we need to do in the face of climate change, people would go, all right, let's go. Oh, sure, sounds good. Sounds logical to me. I don't have to go to this job anymore? Awesome. We can just stay where we're at and live? Awesome. We're just going to grow our own food, hang out in our communities? Awesome. Get rid of cars and discuss, horrible polluting things in our lives? Awesome. Ban Ki-moon, former UN Secretary General, told The Guardian, it is important to build back the economy. Build back. He's already... build back bullshit. The economy, but if we do not keep global temperature rises below 1.5 C, this will create a huge, huge problem. Well, that would be building back the economy would be the huge, huge problem. That is the problem. That is what is creating climate change. The economy. The economy is the cause of climate change, period. The end. I don't know. It can't be put any simpler, honestly. Cities and countries across the world may simply cease to exist in a 3C world. True. Ding. Which is where current climate commitments would lead. Current climate commitments would lead to 3C. So we must redouble our efforts before we pass the point of no return. Yeah. But then, they're urging people within the next few months, leaders must shift to a more sustainable model, promoting low carbon economies to provide jobs and clean growth. Instead of cementing high carbon, there's no clean growth is an oxymoron for the straight morons out there. Instead of cementing high carbon infrastructure into the recovery, which would mean losing hope of meeting the Paris goals, Ban warned. I have been urging world leaders it is absolutely okay. It's only necessary that they spend money to resuscitate the economy, but at the same time, they should never put climate ambition back. Said Ban, I'm afraid that most of the important priorities have been focused only on COVID-19. Well, yeah. Then they go on to talk about China, their net zero target by 2060. What a load of bullshit that is. And right. So China is going to ensure an emissions peak before 2030. Really? Really? Well, what kind of creative accounting are they going to do in order to do that? And they're going to have a net zero target for 2060. Well, surely that will save the planet. Look, not taking away from people realizing that it's an actual problem and that maybe we should do something, not taking away from that at all, but way too slow and way too late. And again, nobody talking about dismantling or degrowing the entire, the economic system that is killing the planet. Nobody's talking about that. Yeah. Nobody's talking about degrowing the economy. Nobody's talking about people greatly reducing their energy footprints. Nobody's talking about putting curbs on how many cars people can buy or own, or even children that they might want to have. Nobody urging people to have less children in order to save the planet. Nobody doing that. Urging people to have less children. Not making laws, not demanding, not saying this must happen. Urging, TV, newsprint, whatever you want to call it, interwebs, Twitter. Nobody talking about, what, guys, it would be really great if we could have less children in order to not destroy the planet. Hardly anybody saying that. Oh my God, what are you saying? Who are you going to kill first? We were just talking about having less children. People having less children. TCR Galaxy says Mike Sliwa lives in a community where they have cardboard walls and shirts in them for insulation. Nice. Interglacial Optimist. I'm so broke I can't pay attention. Nice. Also having a smoke break right now. Nice. Enjoy. Smoke them if you got them. As they say, as the Hambone might say as well. Timothy Martin says, I follow Sand Guru. In one of his videos, he was disparaging heated and air-conditioned storage. My God, help us. Okay. Disparage, I don't really understand. Disparaging heated, and he thought it was bad. Heated and air-conditioned storage. I mean, it is bad. It's kind of stupid. I don't know on what level. I mean, are we talking about a personal level? Are we talking about personal food storage? Are we talking about, a storage space down the road that's heated and air conditioned. I don't really. I mean, there are levels. There are levels. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Muzza. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you being here, Muzza. Thanks for hanging out. Tor Wootendahl says, bake your own bread and brew moonshine. Happy days. I'm all for it. Yeah, TCR Galaxy. I was at Whole Foods yesterday. People watching, and holy shit, the amount of Teslas, BMWs, Range Rovers in the parking lot with all the super privileged folks around was amazingly dystopic. Yes. Healing the planet with another BMW. Going to Whole Foods, healing the planet. Yes. Lots with kids, and I'm on a bicycle going, what the F is happening on this planet? Interglacial Optimist says, ever eat a pine tree? Many parts are edible. I was just talking to a friend of mine about the fact that bears eat pine cones. I guess you could eat a pine cone if you're a bear. Maybe you can eat a pine cone if you're a human. I don't know. But lots of edible things in nature, right? All right, guys, I have run out of time for this particular live stream. But I'm going to come back today with a political rant, and I don't know when, but just keep an eye out. I'll put it up. I'll give you about an hour lead time beforehand. So anybody who's interested, come hop on. Otherwise, I will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with a climate change video for y'all. Thank you so much for your eyes, your ears, and your conscience. Until next time, peace.